cannot wait for you guys to meet my amazing friends, Lisa and Tony Azizzo, for this episode of the Porch Chronicles. Welcome to 949 Celadon, 3,850 square feet. We have a 3-car garage, an amazing outdoor living space, pool, hot tub, all the things for this episode of the Porch Chronicles. Hi everybody, it's Tracey McFadden with the Porch Chronicles, where we discuss all the things Oakland Park, real estate, and custom building. Today, our special guest is Morrissey, our resident designer and architect extraordinaire. And we're so happy to have the amazing Tony and Lisa Azizzo with us here today. And I think it's fitting that the coaster says, "What's the matter, you?" So I'd like to put that to you guys because you two hail all the way from Jersey.
New Jersey.
And we would love to hear the story of how did you get here to this amazing place?
How did we
We
get
love
here?
it. How did you get here?
We prayed on it a lot. It was a big leap of faith. Hubby was planning on retiring, and we were discussing moving south. And
Better weather.
Better
weather. Yep.
Better weather.
Better.
And we love New Jersey. It will always be in our hearts, and we love Florida.
Yeah.
And Florida is a big
was
part.
time.
And we looked at other places too. We looked at North Carolina. We looked at Texas, where my wife has a family down there. So we, but
For years, like 3 years.
yeah, but
we were
the
looking.
fit wasn't good. It just wasn't a right fit until we found this place.
What
Yes,
happened when
yes.
you got into Central Florida, though? When you were looking around, right?
Yes. So what happened was, I'm just going to rewind just a little bit.
Yeah.
When we realized that North Carolina and Texas were not the right fit, I did not get that motherly gut for our family, because a big part of this move is about our family, which
Yeah.
we will discuss shortly. And the moms out there know you have to have that motherly gut and to make sure that it's the right fit
course.
for everyone.
Yeah.
And this
Yeah.
move was, we had a lot of different parts in this move, my parents, the kids, and but that being said, I just remember thinking, let's go further south. I took a swim one day and I prayed on it. You know, whenever I put my head under water, it helps me to meditate and to pray on something to find direction. And I got out of the pool that day, and I remember thinking, Florida, we have to go further south. And we started our search, and in the Orlando area, we did go out with a few other realtors. And we weren't happy.
They showed us what they were calling lakefront houses.
Yeah.
The lake was smaller than my pool in New Jersey.
So they were more retention ponds.
No, there were ponds, not
Ponds.
even retention
Not
ponds.
even, okay.
My pool was bigger than the lake that they were supposedly
And they didn't-
lakefront.
And they didn't have any of these beautiful green areas
No,
and
no.
trees, and we knew we wanted that. We wanted trails that would take us into a small town. I had this vision, which my husband and I had the vision. We shared it, of going on a trail, biking into a small town, and I knew it was out there. I knew it, and he says, I don't know if you're going to get everything you want. I also wanted a farmer's market.
So the challenge she laid down was, I want to be able to walk to a farmer's market.
Or bike with my basket.
I'm from New Jersey. I'm like, oh, there's no farmer's market nearby. You can't walk to a farmer's market. So she Googled farmer's market in Central Jersey, and guess what came up?
Central
Florida.
Yeah.
But wait, even better.
Winter Garden.
Winter Garden
came up as the farmer's market.
Pretty cool.
So I said to him,
Jersey being the Garden State. That's nice.
And I said to him, well, after we had scheduled appointments with realtors, and I said to him, you know, can we please go check out Winter Garden? I have a feeling.
Wow.
You were just driving around too, weren't you?
Yeah.
So we had lunch on Plant Street.
Before that, where did we go? To the farmer's market. I had to, and I was just blown away with the farmer's market and the people and the feeling, the vibes. And then we sat down to have lunch, and go ahead, honey.
So we were just discussing, you know, looking for a place and what we're looking for, and there was a couple sitting right next to us, and they said, I'm sorry to interrupt, but you know, we overheard your conversation. It sounds like this development, Oakland Park, would be perfect for you guys. And we're like, Oakland Park? Where's Oakland Park? She's like, it's a mile away. You're like practically walk there from here.
So we looked at each other. We were so excited. Again, divine intervention.
So we found the entrance to Oakland Park, and immediately I said,
oh my God, remember?
this
when
is the
we drove
place.
in?
This is the place. The trees, the grassy areas, the beautiful homes,
And
the
the motherly-
porches. That was it. We were just sold.
Your motherly instinct kicked in.
It was exploding when we drove.
That's fantastic.
And then we saw several signs for different builders.
Model homes.
And on a whim, again, angels on our shoulders saying, turn right, turn left. And we turned left. Yeah. And we pull up to J&J Builders. We parked the car.
Right.
The model was right by
other one.
By the
clubhouse.
By the clubhouse.
Yep.
And I just remember having this incredible feeling, you know, when you get the chills, and I was overwhelmed with this feeling as we walked through the front door. And who do we meet?
Tracy.
Tracy. And you were just so kind, your smile, I felt your heart. And then you introduced us to the architect who happened to be your husband. And again, the same warm feeling, compassion. And do you want to add to this?
Yeah, we had gone to so many different developments, and they're all the same. Pick your lot, choose from one of 4 or 5 different house designs, and we'll customize it for you.
The brochure, mentioned.
Right, the brochure, right? So I said to Tracy, I see the lot map, but where's your brochures? And she goes, oh, we don't have any. I'm like, oh, did you run out of brochures? It's like, no, we don't have any.
Oh, you mean the floor plan?
The floor plans,
Right.
the brochures
Yeah.
for the home designs.
Sure.
And she goes, no, we just don't have any. I says, well, how do I get to pick the house we want you to build? She goes, no, we give you an architect and a blank piece of paper.
We gotta design it.
Oh, well, that
We looked
just...
at each other, and again, my heart was racing because this is it. This is it.
Which,
And-
go ahead.
no, I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say that kind of leads me to like the next set of questions, because I feel like your design was so integral to the story of your family,
Right.
Yes.
which
And the fact that you wanted lakefront or lake views, which
Yeah.
is what this is.
Yeah.
Plus 8 miles of water doesn't hurt
Right,
really
right.
compared to a small little pond.
A pond.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
But-
showing them this lot
Yeah.
specifically was like, you got to be kidding
But
me.
you saved it for last. You had a plan.
Right. Yeah.
that's
The best.
I don't even know if it was a plan. It actually
No, it just
typically ends up being very organic, but
Yes,
I love
very.
how the story of your family kind of drove that need for a custom design that was outside the box of what everyone else is presenting to you. Like, you know, here's these 4 or 5 plans, doesn't necessarily work for the way you guys live.
No.
So I'd love to hear a little bit about that and how that was important to you.
Good.
And
I'll
your
start.
your
Okay.
mama bear feelings.
So a big part of Mama Papa Bear feeling and what we were looking for was to enhance our son Alex's independence and his overall life.
Yeah.
Alex is now going to be 28. He is an identical twin. Alex and Anthony are twins, will be 28 soon.
Yeah.
And we have our oldest daughter, Juliana, AKA Jules, is going to be 30.
Yeah.
And Alex was the only one out of the 3 that was going to come with us. So we knew we had to find the right fit.
Yeah.
And my vision was to see him hop on his bike. He loves to ride his bike. And he was limited in New Jersey. We had a beautiful home, beautiful area. It was on a cul-de-sac, but he was limited to that area and a park right down the street. that was about it. We wanted to see him venture out more. And I visualized a trail. I mean, I saw it. I didn't see the West Orange Trail, but I saw a trail and a town for him to bike into, to work, recreational, grab a slice of pizza.
Alex is on the autism spectrum, so he can't drive. I mean, he has the skills to, but not the focus to be able to drive. So he's limited to bicycle riding.
Sure, he doesn't have a license.
Right, he doesn't have a driver's license. So he's very restricted as to where he can go. And in our old neighborhood, it was mostly like main roads, like highways and things like that, to get to the town.
Scary.
And no sidewalks. He could even stay on the sidewalk to ride his bike.
Wow.
And when we found that Winter Garden downtown Winter Garden is literally less than 2 miles from where we're sitting right now, with the most beautiful trail to get there, the West Orange Trail. It was just almost, they always say location, location, location in real estate. This checked off all 3 boxes.
Everything was just coming together. And yes, Alex is on the autistic spectrum. He is higher functioning in that he can have a conversation with you. His social skills need improvement, and he can work. He's very smart.
Well,
He's
now
amazing.
that you're talking about that, I think one of the really amazing moments was, because this was right around I think it was New Year's, or was it
October of 2019.
Halloween?
October.
It was like a Halloween party, I think.
Right.
And we were going to get together with you, Alex, and we were a little late coming in. And as we're coming up the street, we're walking over to one of our friends' houses, and Alex is in the middle of everyone.
Do you remember?
Having this unbelievable time with, I think they were playing cornhole.
Cornhole, yeah.
Cornhole,
The Vargas family.
And that was New Year's Eve, you're right.
Oh, it was New Year's Eve.
We met you in October of 2019.
So fast forward a little. Yeah.
And it was
it was like he had been there.
Yeah, like he
knew everybody.
Yes.
When we were coming up, and I was
just this
worried.
warm embrace of all of the neighbors.
The community.
Absolutely.
The community was
moment.
amazing.
The funny story is there's more neighbors that know Alex than know us.
Yes.
And I love that. I always say to them
yeah.
when they say, "I'm sorry, Mom and Dad," when we meet them on the trail, "I don't remember your name." And I say,
everyone
it
knows
doesn't
Alex.
matter.
Everyone knows Alex.
As long as you know our son Alex's name.
Yeah.
And safety. You know, let's talk about that. You know, we have a sense of peace. When he goes out and rides his bike or takes his
Long walks.
long 2-hour nature walks. And he truly takes in and embraces this. I've come up with a name for our community, the Holistic Haven.
Wow.
Holistic Haven. I mean, it really is to Alex.
So cool.
And he can see things. He's so visual
Yeah.
that we cannot.
Oh, yeah.
And he has humbled us and taught us to take in nature. And so he gets all
Notice
of
the
that.
little things.
He feeds the bugs.
Yeah, he does.
He actually feeds bugs.
He does, and he protects the bugs. He'll say, "Don't step there,"
There's a beetle or something.
And I need to find. This just happened the other day. A caterpillar, and he'll pick up the bug, the caterpillar, the bee. I need to find a safe place for this, Mom. So he.
The bee whisperer.
He's so beautiful and
Yeah,
special.
he has such a good heart.
And-
It's amazing.
And again, the community, how they embraced him and accepted him and didn't treat him differently. And
Before you even moved into your house, it felt like
Amen.
you guys had been here.
Yeah.
You know, we just felt like you were.
It was probably a 16-month process, and this was 2 months into design.
Right.
And we're all having this great time with neighbors and friends, and you couldn't wait to come in and move in.
Well, that was one of the key reasons, because as we mentioned, when we went to North Carolina, I loved it. It was beautiful lots, beautiful homes. It was a golf course surrounded by houses, with the golf course in the middle of the development. But we walk around, nobody says hello. Nobody. I mean, it was just like a dead community. And I come over here, oh, hi, Tony, hi, Lisa. A half an hour walk takes us an hour and a half because we're always stopping to say hello to
It's
20
so true.
people.
That's
I love
the
it.
best.
True.
Yeah.
And you mentioned design, of course, our architect. I need to say this. How touched I was when my heart, again, when we first met, when we explained to you what we were looking for in our design. And you immediately, when we spoke, I'm sorry, let me back up. When we spoke about Alex's needs in particular, that we wanted to give him more independence within our own house. This is his next step for independence under our roof before he gets a place on his own. And we described what we were looking for, that we needed enough space for a studio apartment. And I remember you immediately said, yes, we can do that. We can build over the garage. We can build to the side of the garage, the back of the garage. You got it instantly. You understood our needs, and you did not shut a door, unlike so many other builders that said, oh, this is what you see is what
That's
you
the
get.
floor plan.
And I remember asking, well, can't you make that bedroom just a little bigger so he can put a little refrigerator? And can't we put the bathroom
lounge.
inside? Yeah, a little area for him to chill. We're not looking for a lot. I mean, his studio apartment is what, 400 square feet, whatever. But so many doors were closed on us, and I just remember thinking, wow, are we going to be able to find what we're looking for? And by custom building with J&J, we found it. And your heart, both of you, just made us feel that we weren't asking for something crazy, whereas we were made to feel that way, and a lot of doors were shut. And when finding someone and someones who understand and get it, we didn't have to explain a lot to you. Right. We told a little bit, just a hint of our story, and the both of you were just you were on it.
It's that in Oakland Park there are so many unique conditions, so many unique lots, so many unique views, and so it didn't really make sense because of the planning of Oakland Park with lots of green spaces, lots of open views. For a lot of people like you decided to put your master up because the views are spectacular from the second floor.
Right.
And whether you're on a 8 miles of water or whether you're on a long park or any kind of open views, that's an opportunity that normally other communities don't have, because the lots are rectangular and long roads and not a lot of external views out of the house.
Right.
And so one of the things that the master did for you and for most people when they do it, bringing that up, it brings so much more natural light into the house.
It's so beautiful.
And keeping the garage somewhat detached, even though it's completely attached to your house, it's pulled away.
Right.
And so most of the houses in Oakland Park are like that, whether they're in the front or in the rear. But you get that extra, and like our windows. You probably have about 45 to 50 windows in this, or more. And your typical house of this size will probably have half of that.
Right.
So those are really great. But the opportunity that every lot gives you, and you were able to compromise on some things. You were able to look at the benefits of having, the master up. You looked at the benefits of having the views. And so there were really great. And that's what's great about people coming into this place, into Oakland Park, is that they're willing to compromise, whether it's compromising on budget, square footage, all of those things, to be in a place that they can really be grounded.
And I think that's the benefit of but that's the benefit of custom building. You can make it as big, as small, as any shape you want,
And where you're from, custom building is like this, where they have plans and they build to your specifications. In Florida, it's a little bit of a different market here, where you've got so much of the production that is overwhelming the market. It is difficult to find that niche builder that will basically start from scratch.
And I think the other thing that really impressed us was the process that you put us, through. That it was like, it was like organic. Smooth. I didn't feel like I was being, led along some path. I was just like, it was just very natural. Okay, now we're going to talk about this, and and it was very comfortable, and this is, we were 1,000 miles away.
Yeah.
It wasn't like we were right down the street. We had to fly down every 3 months.
And you have to talk about that you are an engineer. Oh. And so I'm going to literally hire him on future houses, which we're obviously doing another one for you, because next step for Alex is a big step in your life.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fantastic growth opportunity again, which is another, I guess, for this, it's a little bit of a win for J&J that it was such a great process that you're willing to go through it again.
Yeah.
Let's do this again.
Our family think we're nuts, because you just finished going through this process, you go through it again. I says, well,
I guess we're making.
But no, don't. What's great is you're not the only ones.
Right.
No.
That's what's crazy.
Yes.
Like there's 2, 3, 4 other couples that are doing the same thing that you're doing. So it's a pretty cool thing to see that.
Right.
Just reciprocated.
Again, the driving force was Alex.
Alex,
it was this house is
Alex.
Which is a
amazing.
testament to you guys as well.
Yeah.
I mean, this house is amazing. We love it. It's beautiful. We wouldn't change virtually anything except for Alex, to give him a real self-contained apartment.
The next
full kitchen,
step
the next step, right? Full
his-
kitchen, not just a microwave and an under cabinet refrigerator, full blown kitchen. He's gonna start cooking on his own.
Yeah.
He's got to make his own, plan his own
Which
meals,
he
cook.
does.
I know, but now but in his own space.
in his-
In his space.
Right, which
his
makes him even have
space.
more sense of independence,
Yeah.
right? This is my space.
And
so-
he's very
Fantastic.
proud. He's
Oh,
very
yeah,
proud
yeah.
of the progress that he has made in his life in 3 short years. It's amazing. In fact, when family comes to visit and friends from New Jersey, they will comment like, wow, Alex is talking to me so much more.
That's fantastic.
Happiness is just radiating
Yeah.
from him. And that's a testament to our wonderful community. Again,
We go shopping, Hi, Dave. The guy behind the counter for the cold
Everyone
cuts
knows
order.
him.
Hi.
They all
He says,
know
well,
him.
yeah, they all know me. I say hello. He says hello to everybody. It's like,
Well, the word you used, organic, I love that, because that's how, the people, the business owners, the community, the love, the kindness, it's amazing.
Yeah, there is something very special about Winter Garden. The generations that are here, that 4 or 5 generations of Floridians that embraced Winter Garden 130 years ago, and those families are still here.
right.
That's
Amazing.
very, very unique to
Very.
Florida. And so to be able to appreciate not only the historic aspects of the downtown and the fact that that's a turn of the century beautiful hamlet, the other part about it is that the people are still here.
Right.
They didn't leave. And so that from, people think about Florida as a transient place, but not Winter Garden.
Right,
And
right,
so when
right.
you do come down that street, you felt it immediately.
Immediately.
This
Get
is
that
different.
hometown feel.
And I love the way the overall community designers and individual builders and designers respected that feeling to keep, every house has a front porch, maintaining green space so you don't feel like you're in some tract house development where they just pile in as many as they can shove into a piece of property. And
I'll speak to that because we have wayfinding greens and lawns, long north and south lawns. We have the pocket parks, so that communities or people that are living in a portion or a neighborhood of Oakland Park, because it's a large community, 750 homes here.
Right.
That they identify not with their street or their garage or they're counting down how many, before I get to my house. They're actually identifying with a public space, a park space, where people come together. And there's a reason why we did the mailboxes the way we did, because it actually brings people together.
Right.
They see each other.
Right.
You're walking down.
They're walking down by the time. If you live near a mailbox, You better have a social climate because you're going to end up with people on your
meet
porch
everybody.
Yeah.
and in your house. That's and you've experienced that. That's
Yeah, we were very, very impressed with the sheer amount of green space that was maintained. I mean, you probably could have fit another 100 houses in this development. You know, if you.
Of course, the engineer mind
yeah.
thought of that.
I'm thinking to myself,
but
all this property, they could build 50 houses over here, you know? And I said, oh, thank God they didn't build 50 houses on this property.
So people do say, "Oh, I'm over by Reciprocity Park, or I'm over on Plinth, I'm on the North Lawn, or
Lake
I'm on the
Brim.
trail."
Right, like them.
Lake
Brim. So those are all wayfinding points as well as places of gathering. That sense of place that you have
And on
outside your house.
Right.
And on that note, when Alex will text me, of course, we track him, and he checks in with us, and he will say via text, "I'm on Lake Brim."
Like, so he uses
That's
the
his
same
favorite.
things.
That's
He
awesome.
knows. He
Yeah.
loves
Yeah.
the dock.
He doesn't say I'm on
Lake
Civitas or I'm on Celadon. It's like, oh, I'm by Lake Brim or I'm by Eagle Lake.
Eagle
or,
Lake.
you know, whatever.
It's very easy for him to safely
Navigate.
And we just keep introducing him. We're continuing to meet the new neighbors and let them know. I hope it's okay. I'm taking this opportunity
Yeah, please.
to let the new neighbors know that if you see our Alex, awesome Alex, with
Yeah.
his sun hat on, his blue
Yep.
sun hat,
Yep.
and sometimes a yellow shirt, bright colors, staring at something in front of your house.
On the
Please
ground.
know, on the ground. Please know he's probably observing a bee
Or
in detail, great detail, a
or a
spider,
rabbit or whatever.
a snake,
Or the flowers.
So please, I understand you may be concerned, but don't be alarmed. He would not hurt a fly.
Literally.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah,
There's been many times where we've looked out our windows and seen Alex on the trail, and sometimes you guys are close by or not too far behind, and we see him doing this, and I love it. It's such it warms my heart to see that, and I'm like, hey Alex, what's up?
Well, you were a big part of bringing us here.
People do ask us, what is the biggest. Do you appreciate, the aspect of what you design gets built, or is it the park spaces that, as from a planning aspect, because that's basically the core of our concept is the overall planning of neighborhoods, and the real gratification that we get is the people, and so it's the social interactions that are absolutely the bellwether of whether a community is a great community. It has nothing to do with, it has a little bit to do with the architecture, but the end result isn't the architecture.
Right.
We can go into all types of great communities and great looking architecture.
Like the one in North Carolina.
Carolina, we've got other
Beautiful.
ones that are
You
more
didn't have
resort
that.
oriented as well, but the architecture is great. But you don't find anyone there. They're not living there as a primary community.
Or they're not engaging.
Yeah,
And which brings me, and I want to kind of bring this in and wrap this up a little bit here, but I don't remember if it was that Christmas or the following Christmas, but you gave us an ornament gift.
Yes.
And it's literally like one of my favorite ornaments on the tree. And it's a picture of Alex and I don't know, looking at
Fireworks
Probably.
on Christmas
July
Eve. Christmas Eve.
Yeah, it was New Year's or Christmas.
Okay.
I'm
so-
sorry, not Christmas. I'm sorry, New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve,
Yes,
yeah.
That's what it was. So we're looking at fireworks
And
or
you-
whatever.
but that
Somehow
moment
you captured it.
I captured a beautiful moment of the two of you. You were hugging him, and again, we weren't even residents yet.
you didn't live here yet.
But yeah, you're beautiful.
The back of it said something like, "Thank you for being a piece of the puzzle," and it was
Puzzle.
like the shape of a puzzle.
Our puzzle, one of our.
And it's
That's a great.
favorite. We're so happy that you guys found Oakland Park. We're so happy that you're here.
We're thrilled.
And we're happy that you found more than just the home.
Oh yeah, for sure,
you.
for sure. We
Thank
say
you for everything.
every time people ask us, what is it about Oakland Park? I keep hearing all these things about Oakland Park. I'm like, it's easy. It's the people. It's absolutely the people. There's no question about it. I mean, you can find beautiful neighborhoods, lots of places, but but it's the people. I can't tell you. As I mentioned, it'll take us an hour and a half to do a half an hour walk because we talked to 30 neighbors along the way.
We know.
It's beautiful.
It happens.
And the dogs.
And the dogs.
The beautiful dogs.
We always remember the dogs' names, but we don't remember the neighbors' names.
Well, thank you guys for being a part of the Porch Chronicles.
Our pleasure.
We look forward to having you in the next chapter of Oakland Park
Cool.
and J&J Building.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for having
Cheers,
us.
guys.
Cheers.
Cheers to
Cheers.
the Azizzos.
To 3 years celebrating.
3 years.
So
Santé.
happy. So happy. Yes.
Thanks for joining us, Mike.